happens when people sitting in torch rooms pass verdicts by gleaning at media reports that can be anything but balanced and objective. Who decides if India is not free, but the United States, which has a major racism problem and allowed over 500,000 deaths, many intentional, is a free state? Or Canada, where terror sympathizers who advocate secession from India can get away with violence and intimidation against those who oppose their ideas? Who decides that Indian Kashmir is in the same league of freedom as Pakistan's colonies of Gilgit and Baltistan, or the illegally occupied regions of Jammu and Kashmir, despite a process of deepening democratization in the Union territory, unlike the Pak-occupied regions? Namaste. I am Richa Dwivedi, and this is The Bottom Line. Recently, an advocacy group in the United States called Freedom House came out with its rankings yet again and decided to call India a country that is not free, giving two hoots to the fact that so many states are undergoing elections, have gone elections without any browbeating or rigging allegations. The group has issues with India offering an umbrella to non-Islamic minorities persecuted by its Islamic neighbors. In a clear sign that the House has not read the law or wishes to accommodate alternate views, a summary dismissal of its judicial processes has been witnessed in this report. One could also see the ignorance on India's efforts against the COVID pandemic and the studious silence on one of the world's best recovery rates and effective control, almost as if these authors live in an alternate universe. Never mind the fact that the report quotes instances of people who challenged the state for their petty motives and provoked violence through false narratives in the first place. Neither does the fact that violence on campus being talked about extensively was a one-off incident, and that too committed by leaders of student unions affiliated with opposition parties. This is not new. These reports come and go. These people who have problems with the Indian way will continue to play like broken instruments. What is, however, noticeable is the fact that these people represent a conscious lobby. A lobby that does not want India to succeed, that finds it difficult to digest that India addresses its problems in its own way, without depending on their thought and advice. Perhaps Freedom House should sit back and wonder on a few things. How can Britain, which venerates the killer of 3 million Bengalis, be considered a beacon of freedom? How can a bunch of countries who have been responsible for brazen overthrow of popularly elected officials be considered as virtue icons of democracy in any sense? On a side note, do you know how the term Banana Republic came up? First coined by the famed American short story writer O. Henry, the term was a reference to the fruit companies from the United States that came to exert extraordinary influence over the politics of Honduras and its neighbors, just to ensure that its bananas would continue to come to the United States uninterrupted. India, much to their chagrin, is no banana republic. Rest assured, it will never be one. Freedom House should perhaps consider taking a hike into the mountains of Honduras and reflecting on the flimsiness of its claims instead. Thank you for being with New India Junction.